Hey there. Just wanted to put out there. I tried to explain quite a lot about when we carry trauma around and what it does, and how when we're triggered, we're like transported back to that moment in time. The reason when we get triggered or we have that knee-jerk response to something, it's kind of, yeah, the knee-jerk response is because our body is held on to something. It's held on to something, and then it transports you back to that moment in time that you were first had that response, if you know what I mean. So say somebody says something to you, it triggers you into doing something, and that's basically because your subconscious is held on to a previous traumatic event, and it's giving you the subconscious response. Yeah. Now, when you consider that time is somewhat of it is an illusion. How much of that you can take is up to you. But when we think that actually the only thing we have is right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. Yeah, that's all we've got, and that's all that exists. That even so, if we are being triggered, the past is also happening right now. Everything that is happening in our life that has ever happened, that will ever happen, is happening now. So everything we can imagine is happening now. Everything that has happened is now again. So the more we can release of the trauma of now, surely our now will be better. So I was talking to somebody yesterday about sometimes it just takes time. It doesn't take time because time is an illusion anyway. Healing doesn't take time. Healing and recovering from trauma requires you to allow it to go, however you want to do that. I use EFT and matrix re-imprinting, really effective because it takes you to that moment right there in this moment and releases the trauma, changes the belief behind it. So your now is better, right? So if you can then completely stay in the now, know that everything that ever has been, everything that ever will be is happening now. You can then choose to release it now. It doesn't take time to overcome trauma. It doesn't take a year or two to become ready for a relationship. It doesn't take that. What it takes is a change of the conscious state of now, of where you are now, of releasing any traumas now. That's all you have got. If you say it's going to take me 2 years to become to recover, to do this, to that, that's you just projecting into the future when you have no idea of the future, because the future is happening now. You can choose it now. I can't tell you the strength of this when you get a grasp that all we have is here and now. So use it and release the previous trauma now, because you can, because it's a choice. And choice to live in the now. Choose that you don't want to have those immediate reactions. You want to release it now. And so when you are triggered and when something does come, hi guys, when something does come up and when you are triggered and your automatic response happens, you can choose right now to say no, no more. You can go back to that moment in time because it's happening now. You've just proved that the past is also happening now, because you've had a response from your past that's been triggered in your now. So you go back to that moment in time, release that trauma, and you no longer have the automatic, the subconscious response in the now. So I don't know why I'm being urged to say that, but it feels like people are now understanding this, the illusion of time. It just doesn't exist. We only have here, we only have now. And the more we live in that and the more we expand the notion of the now and the here, the more we will actually create everything in the now. Then you can start creating everything you want right now and releasing everything that has been right now. So time, don't even try and forget about it. It doesn't even exist. So time is what we make it. So live here, right now. There's a song about that, I'm sure. Right here, right now is what we have. Time and space, that's it. That's all we have. And our perception of it and our conscious realization and what we can see in the here and the now is the key. And your consciousness will depend on how much of it you see. So whether you just see a tiny little bit of the here and the now, or whether you are able to see more events and more things happening in the here and the now. Yeah. And when you are triggered, and when you, like I said at the beginning, so knowing that all we've got is here and now, when we are triggered and when we have responses we don't like, we can literally transport ourselves, bring that previous event to here. So I always thought of it as us going back, but we're not going back. We're bringing that event here, and we're dealing with the previous event that caused our trauma, that caused our subconscious reaction, bringing it into the now, and we deal with it. And that's what I do with EFT and matrix reimprinting. We literally step into the matrix of the previous event and we heal the belief behind it. But you can do that instantaneously in the now. So try it, like seriously, try living right here, right now, in this moment. View everything like it's never happened before, like it's the first time you've seen it. Appreciate it for the here, appreciate it for the now, and see it for what it truly is, the magic that this event holds. That every event right now, in this moment, is unique and new. And how much more can you actually choose to see in this moment? It's really, really cool. And it takes a little bit of practice, because sometimes you get swept up in the, oh, what have I done yesterday? Oh my God, I said that yesterday. And, oh, what am I going to do on Monday? You get swept up in the worrying about yesterday, fretting about tomorrow. But the more you can stay here, the better, and the better for you. And the more you will completely raise your consciousness. Really exciting stuff. And it absolutely, the more I stay in the present, and I bring my trauma to me, I think, oh, I didn't like that response I did. Where does that come from? I grab it, bring it here, and cure it and heal it, with help or not sometimes with help, because that's okay. And that's what I do for other people too. And it literally raises your conscious bar, it raises how much you are prepared, and how much joy and goodness and abundance you can receive right here is up to you. When we get that, when we grasp that, life becomes something else. So anyway, enjoy that. Reach out, discuss. It's exciting times, guys, because everyone's consciousness is raising and rising, and everyone is becoming more aware and more entwined with other people's consciousness. And it is fucking exciting. So anyway, have a great day. Anybody want to chat about that? Please feel free to chat and to go live on this page if you want to discuss it all. Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, awesome. Love to you guys.